WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
The longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio.
And he's obviously Michael Cole.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Talking wrestling.
Yeah.
Because that's what this show's about. That's what we've been doing for over 16 years.
No. It's about sports entertainment.
And now here are your hosts of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon and Lucas DeSangro.
Will you stop marking out over there?
Sorry.
Move over, kid. I'm taking your microphone.
You're shallow, you know that?
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. I don't remember what the hell I do anymore.
Shut up!
There's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Alongside Lucas.
Yay!
He's back.
I'm here.
He's alive.
Only on the outside.
If you'd asked me about 14 hours ago, I wouldn't be too sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get into that a little bit. I know. At this point, it's kind of like asking, following an assault. Try to relive it here as you're on the witness stand. But no, you were involved in Factory Fridays last night.
Oh yes, it was very fun, for the most part. Up until I got kicked in the face multiple times
By Primal Fear and your tag team partner, Punishment Martinez.
See, to say tag team partner is a bit of a...
tongue-in-cheek expression?
Yeah, I guess. Tongue-in-cheek, which is exactly what happened when I got kicked in the face.
The visual of Lucas's head tossing off to the side and his tongue striking his cheek from the impact of the blow to his face.
And then my
For those of you who can't see that, because we're not video streaming, at least not yet.
No, we don't have... Well, we do have the technology, we just haven't utilized it yet.
I don't know. We'll have to talk to whomever the powers that be would be. I guess that would be... I don't know if that would be Matt Miro, if that would be El Jefe Roberto.
Mr. Booker Man.
I was going to say, are we turning Matt Miro into Mr. Booker Man?
I don't know. I would think the program director, but you never know.
Say, does that mean we're pulling a Pillman? I respect you, Booker Man.
Yeah.
How's that for a callback or a throwback or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. But I was in a match with Primal Fear. We can pretty much say it was a handicap match. That was a fun.
For all intents and purposes, that sort of thing.
Well, no, because that's pretty much what it was. The fact that it was a tag team match is, lost on me because, there was no teamwork on my part whatsoever. Well, not team. I don't want to say teamwork. I did. Every time I would go around to make a tag, Punisher would just back off.
Oh, he pulled the old Martel and Santana from Mania, from Mania 5.
Yeah, except this hurt a lot worse because I'm pretty sure Martel wasn't terrified of Santana or vice versa. He's a very scary man.
Well, yeah. I mean, his name is Punishment Damian Martinez.
Yeah,
he's with Ring of Honor.
Well, if I didn't know his name, I'd still think he's a very scary man. Just by looks
Accurate.
alone.
Or at least that is not inaccurate. We'll put it that way.
Yeah. Finally, I managed to... Well, thankfully, one of their partners, one of Primal Fear, he's been taking a sort of mentor role to them recently. So that's another thing that was perplexing me. Look, I don't know what I did that was that bad that they wanted to hurt me that much.
I'm not. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine on that one.
By familiar play. Oh, sorry. Flashback.
What tangent did you just go on now that not even I know where you were going?
I don't know, but anyway, I managed to, at the last second,
shrug that completely off.
Well, yes, but throw Soriano into a Punishment, and then I took Soriano's hand and slapped Punishment in the face, which was good. At least I thought it was. I managed to get one up, and Punishment finally put out his hand. I tagged him in. He hit the ropes, and
then
I don't remember.
Well, this is the time where we go off the script. Oh boy! Uh-oh!
And next thing you know, go on.
I don't know about off the script. I don't really remember what happened after that. I do remember being thrown into the ring for a battle royal. Water was poured on my face, but then after getting thrown into the ring, I don't remember anything after that.
Well, I will say that you almost set I'm pretty sure you set a record for the MFPW in terms of elimination time, but I don't know. I know that you're definitely up there in terms of Royal Rumbles. I'm not sure about Battle Royals necessarily, but something along those lines.
Yeah, but what happened after the What happened after I got? What happened exactly? I don't really remember much after he hit the ropes.
Well, you took a boot to the head, and then you got pinned, and then right after that match, a Battle Royal was announced, and I believe Mike Burke was the first entrant, and you were the second entrant.
No, I got eliminated by Burke.
Not only did you get eliminated by Burke, but you got eliminated in 4 seconds. Yes, 4 seconds. Not quite Santino Marella-esque, but...
Well, I wasn't ready for that, in my defense, just like Santino claims he wasn't. No, I legitimately wasn't ready. I was unconscious.
Oh, son of a...
Yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say to that. Thank you, me, from I don't know how many years ago now. Probably about 6, something like that.
Probably.
Yeah, crazy how that works. Let's get into some news and notes here as you're working on, I don't know, taking from the Elvis song, working your way out of Crying in the Chapel.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. Oh, wait, here. I'm sure there's more Elvis heat coming my way now. Ooh. Oh, man.
Okay, that was good.
See ya, fourth wall. All right, so let's get back into things here. Now, we were supposed to have, I posted this on social media a couple of days ago, we were supposed to have Big Ron Shaw with us here today. However, Ron lives down in southern Florida, and as you know, or I'm sure you've probably heard by now, even if you are living under a rock.
Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through.
Yeah, Hurricane Irma, it's making its way to pretty much through most of the state of Florida. So evacuations have been occurring like crazy. So out of concern for Ron Shaw's safety and well-being and everything of that note, we're not going to have him stop in the middle of a hurricane to do an interview with us because that'd
be very unreasonable to ask.
It would be. It would make me look like very much a Richard, and I definitely don't like doing that. So, what are you biting your tongue for over
Nothing.
there? It's only to you, though, in my defense.
Yeah, true.
And that's all I'll say, in my defense. Because, yeah. Well, indeed. But yes, so with Hurricane Irma doing its thing, or her thing, I guess, we're working on rescheduling at a later date once Ron is back intact and everything is good to go down there, and hopefully things aren't too bad down there. I think I heard Denny say that it has been downgraded to a Category 3. That's some pretty breaking news, so there is that good bit of news. Because I'd rather not be Wade Barrett and provide bad news.
But that at the same time, it's kind of news that's saying it's not terminal. Well, but it's still really bad.
Yeah, true. It's
slightly less worse news.
Slightly less worse news, exactly. But yeah, we got some news to get into. We're a couple of weeks away from No Mercy. It's amazing. It after that plethora, as Lex Luger would say, of pay-per-views, pretty much seemingly back to back to back. Now there's this 5-week gap between SummerSlam and No Mercy, and
there was a gap between what was it and Summer? It was Great Balls of Fire and SummerSlam, I think, or was it Battleground and SummerSlam was the last pay-per-view before?
Yeah, there was Battleground in SummerSlam, so it's a little bit more spread out.
I like it when there's a bit of a gap. It's a lot better than when there's just like a big 4 pay-per-view and then 2 weeks later there's another pay-per-view. So you have to smush all the storylines together, and that doesn't make sense where you just give it time to breathe. And how many weeks until Hell in a Cell for SmackDown?
You know, that is an excellent question. I haven't quite thought that far ahead.
There's been a lot of stuff heating up between I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen with Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens, because that has been amazing.
That definitely has been, and taking a look here at the upcoming events, and we've got... So from No Mercy to Hell in a Cell, that's September 24th to October 8th. So that'll be back to a 2-week gap.
Well, I mean, not for SmackDown. For SmackDown, it's
SmackDown. Yes, it has been longer. I mean, since.
Yeah, I'm talking about between SmackDown and Raw, because I don't care about the storylines. Like, I don't care if it's a SmackDown and a Raw. It's like. Well, all right. Two different shows.
The last SmackDown only pay-per-view was Battleground back in July.
Yeah. But how many weeks between SummerSlam and Hell in a Cell?
Oh man, that's some higher level math you're asking me to do here. Okay, so SummerSlam was August 20th. That's let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks.
Damn.
I know it almost harkens back to the days of the Big Five, at least from my youth, in that 93 to 95 era before In Your House, or In Your Haste, if you ask Bret Hart. Another great audio memory that I have. But then after that, so yeah, after No Mercy, there's going to be a bit of a cluster in No Mercy, and then 2 weeks later, Hell in a Cell for SmackDown, and then 2 weeks after that is TLC for Raw in October on the 22nd. Then a lengthy gap for Survivor Series. That's about a month. And then, interestingly enough, there's only one pay-per-view, and it doesn't look as though it has been noted as either Raw or SmackDown, but I guess time will tell. But it's Clash of Champions. Not to be confused with the WCW Clash of the Champions.
Well, yeah, this is the second year in a row. It's weird. I would think, let's put it this way. No Mercy was a SmackDown pay-per-view. Now it's a Raw pay-per-view this year. So I feel like Clash of Champions might be SmackDown, but I'm not sure.
It is hard to say. There has been a bit of a shifting around.
When is Clash of Champions? It's in...
It's where TLC used to be in that mid-December spot, December 17th. And then we go into 2018 with, and it also mentions in here the takeovers in what I'm
how
looking
many
at
takeovers
here.
are going to be left in 2017?
Just one more. Just Takeover Houston right before Survivor Series.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Yeah, so
far
you
got a lot of building up to do.
Yeah, there's that. There's Takeover Philadelphia, Takeover New Orleans, and Takeover Brooklyn in January, April, and August, respectively, the days before Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam, respectively.
Wow. And that's what's great about NXT, I think, is the takeovers for that, and there's plenty of time to build up storylines and such.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun, to say the least. Wow, I was going to say, we just quickly tore through the first segment here. It's amazing how time flies when you're having fun. So we've got, speaking of fun, we've got a lot of news to get into, and we'll start that on the other side of this first time out here. We'll let you know about a broadcasting shift and a follow-up from last week, and who's going there if you haven't heard already. Also, an interesting update from Ric Flair, and it's not health-related. Plus, I know we mentioned Hurricane Irma already because that's kind of been the theme of things here, but we'll also let you know how it's affected NXT because they're down in Florida. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of an effect for that. Also, some TV news, an interesting announcement from a former WWE diva and TNA knockout. That's fairly breaking from yesterday, and a lot of Global Force Wrestling news to get into. That's a little bit of the good, bad, and the ugly. All that and a whole bunch more. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Join us this and every Monday night as we break down the upcoming Eagles matchup with Paul Jolovitz and Tom Cardella with the Independence Blue Cross Monday Night Kickoff Show presented by Corona. Join Paul, Tom, and a different Eagles guest each week from 6 to 7 p.m. as we talk all the ins and outs of Philadelphia Eagles football. The Independence Blue Cross Monday Night Kickoff Show presented by Corona every Monday night right here on 1490 WBCB, 610 Sports, and video stream live on WBCBsports.com as well as Facebook Live.
The attorneys at Gage Fiore provide top-quality legal counsel and follow 3 guiding principles. First, they listen to your needs. Then, they are upfront about whether they can help. And if so, they fight hard for your rights. No exaggerated claims, no baseless offers. They simply fight for you and the best possible legal outcome. Visit GageFiore.com for more information. That's GageFiore.com. Gage Fiore, attorneys that fight for you.
Join former Phillies All-Stars Ricky Bottalico and Tommy Green, along with host John Brazier, for the Baseball Insider Show presented by SEPTA, immediately following Phillies baseball this Sunday right here on 1490 WBCB and video stream live at WBCB1490.com.
All commentators heard on WBCB express their own views. Their opinions are not necessarily those of others on WBCB, including the staff and management.
You won't see termites crawling across your floor, but thousands might be devouring the wood in your walls, weakening the structure of your home. For over 50 years, termite proofing and pest control of the Delaware Valley has been in the exterminating business. If you think you have a pest problem, they're the experts. Call them today at 215-639-5455. That's 215-639-5455 for TPPC. Termite proofing and pest control of the Delaware Valley gives your home or business peace of mind, knowing your pest problem is in their hands. Located at 1560 Bristol Pike in Bensalem, they use only EPA-approved material applied by licensed technicians. Call Termite Proofing and Pest Control of the Delaware Valley at 215-639-5455.
He's got the Luigi death stare from Fearon, so he might have
I didn't give you the Luigi death stare. That's not true.
breaking kayfabe.
Breaking cape. I'm gonna break something else during this commercial.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your hosts, Fearon Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Are we getting into that controversy again?
I know how it feels, and it's not fun.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com alongside Lucas Twitch DeSangro. I'm Fearon Derry. Man, let's, I know, we're just all over the place here today, even more so
What
than
else
usual.
is new? Yeah,
Well, I mean, I took my medicine today. That's a rarity.
Oh, sweet. Me too.
And they even upped the dosage.
Up the dosage, baby. Up the dosage.
Yeah.
I'm on
Exactly.
Zoloft, so I don't kill ya. Up the dosage, baby. Up the dosage.
Oh, was that I was going to say, that's a
Williams
Robin
talking about
Williams
Mike
thing.
Tyson,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was like, why does that sound familiar? Now it makes sense. All right, so let's get into some news and notes here. Do we want to start off with the GFW thing? Because I know you were.
Yes, I do. TNA. I definitely
You were
want to
getting
talk
right
about
into it
them.
here. All right. Take it easy now.
Well, what do you mean? Look. I'm
total
sorry.
nonstop action. Okay.
Well, not really. This is what we're doing. I don't really care about that as much as it's just there's been so many name changes, but it's always going to be known as TNA to me, or at least Impact. TNA Impact.
It's still TNA to me, damn it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's where you're at this point. I see. All right. Well, Global Force Wrestling issuing a press release on Wednesday to announce numerous global and digital expansion initiatives, including plans to launch the Global Wrestling Network, which is a multi-platform digital service designed to give fans around the world instant 24-hour access to the extensive GFW and Impact libraries, a.k.a. their version of the WWE Network.
Yeah. Or New Japan World, or
New Japan World, yeah, that's
or whatever they want to. Although it's confusing how New Japan World works. It really is.
Yeah, exactly. Also plans to launch the Impact Wrestling channel on Pluto TV, a 24-hour live feed of content on the leading free over-the-top television service in the United States. So I guess that's more their version of Netflix-ish, kind of, sort of.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll admit that's. Pluto TV is a little out of my technological
There are
realm,
so
although
many
there certainly
different-
are a lot of things
There
that
are so many different streaming services. There's what is it? Crackle. There's Epix, Roku, Netflix, Hulu. It's like, jeez.
Yeah,
How
there's
much
a
money
lot.
do you think we have?
I had something in mind, and then I realized, nope, not the forum to have that kind of discussion. We'll save that for Monday to Friday from noon to 1 in this time slot. Man, how many times have I made that statement over the years? I'm sure somebody's going to go back and count now. Oh, you made it 37 times. No, okay, I don't know. That would be Jack Spears.
I was going to say,
probably, 'cause
why'd you sound like Edgar Mellencamp from Opie and Anthony there for a second? My teeth are dry.
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
You got that reference right, though, right? It's one of Jimmy's characters.
You know, I haven't heard that particular character, but then again, I haven't listened to Opie and Anthony since about a little over 15 years ago.
So
with
yeah, you
that,
haven't listened to them since
infamous
like,
incident.
Yeah, so you haven't listened to them since when they've been on Sirius XM. So you don't
No.
know about Chip Chipperson?
No, although I was going to say, there have been many references to Chip Chipperson from John from Northeast Philly.
Well, yeah, because, he's,
Yeah, he is all on top of that.
Yep. So
And
then
I know
John,
that he posted something on the Facebook fan page. I haven't had the chance to look at it because it's something video-ish, and I should have done
well, there
that
was
during
one where it was like Jimmy ended up watching Impact Wrestling. It was around the time when Ethan Carter III was just starting out, too, and it was really great.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And then there was an episode where it was like Patrice was there.
Patrice O'Neal.
Yeah, God rest his soul. He was
Again, I'm filling things out for those who don't know what you're talking about. You can't
he
just
was
tell
in
these
studio
things and assume
when
everybody knows what you're talking about.
He was in studio when Triple H came in, and they were talking about when Patrice O'Neal was a writer with WWE for like 3 days. For 3 days.
3 days.
And then he had to Stephanie McMahon called him up and said like, all right, so we need you for these days. He's like, oh, no, I have to do stand-up those days. Well, we're going to have to fire you now, Patrice. All right, man. Thanks for the opportunity. And she told him like 3 times because I don't think she almost like she didn't.
She wasn't expecting him to just be like, okay, cool.
I don't think she realized he got it already. I think she didn't. I think she thought that he didn't hear her. No, Patrice, we're going to have to fire you now. I know. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, it was one of those, don't you realize what this means? What don't you? Yeah, that's something along those lines. All right. But yeah, also there's as mentioned last week, an extension with Pop TV in the U.S. to continue airing Impact on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. And they announced a distribution deal with Zeben Sports, the sports business unit of the ProSiebenSat.1 group, to bring back Impact to screens in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland via RAN Fighting.
Ooh, yeah.
I was going to say, you were probably impressed I was able to say Zeben Sports and actually pronounce it correctly, but...
No, I'm not really. I mean, not that I'm not impressed. It's like I'm not surprised. You can say Hefeweizen very well. You're very
That's because I like beer. That's a whole other story.
At the same time, I've heard you say things in German before. Isn't that like you learned German in high school, didn't you?
Not in high school, but I did learn it for personal reasons. We'll just go with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But enough about that, X. All right.
I see what you did.
Yeah. That's definitely better left in the distant past. So instead, we'll go to the future and go to the phones with Ed from Northeast Philly. Ed, what's going on?
Good afternoon. Tommy Dreamer is going to be at Subway today in New Jersey from 12 to 2 in Keansburg, New Jersey.
Was he just having lunch? Are we going over his lunch schedule now? Or is he? I was going to say that's an odd place to make an appearance at. Like I'm not judging, but it's just.
I don't know what he's going to be doing there.
Probably having
a paid appearance is a paid appearance.
Yeah, but it's just like that's weird. Is it just convenient? Like we want you to make an appearance. I'm getting lunch. Oh, perfect. We'll do it at the same time.
I mean, the Subway's kind of recovering from some of their PR issues, so hey, why not bring in Tommy Dreamer?
Maybe he can pile drive somebody on a footlong, like in Nintendo 64, but bread.
That better be some sourdough bread then. Otherwise, I mean, what's the? Okay, we're getting way this is even for me. I'm going. This is way off topic. Ed, reel us back in here, please.
You need Snap on Crackle on top to take care of him.
You insinuating that Twitch is like the Lost Rice Krispie brother or something?
No, what he said earlier about the TV something.
Crackle, yeah.
Oh, Crackle.
Oh, okay. Snap, Crackle, Pop, and Twitch.
Yeah, no, that doesn't. That sounds more like they'd have to recall Rice Krispie treats. Like, oh, I can. What's going on?
Or it sounds like somebody after they take a vicious NFL hit. Snap, Crackle, Pop, and Twitch.
Yeah,
that's gonna get letters.
Yeah, that joke fell flat.
Yeah, just like the NFL player.
Oh, man. Ted is just shaking his head in the back, just...
Oh, that's so good. Oh, so good.
I can't tell because the screen's blur, the thing's blurred. I can't tell if he's laughing or if he's just cringing, or a little bit of both. A little bit of both? Okay. Oh, my goodness.
Chiquera is going to be in Northeast Philadelphia at the end of September 30th. Hal Wicked and Rory Grunlack on the card at the Wrestle Factory.
Nice, Chikara.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Mike Quackenbush at the MFPW in October.
Yes, the 13th and 14th of October. That's quickly coming up.
Yeah.
A good show, two good shows tonight. There's a doubleheader in Voorhees, CCW and WSU.
Oh, yeah, the doubleheader, the women's and and the CZW Combat Zone, yes.
Yeah, and that's going to be the final show there. So they'll be moving to another location.
I think I did see an email about that they've had to relocate for reasons. I don't know. I forget what exactly it was.
I forget where they were moving to. I think Sewell, New Jersey.
Sewell. I think that is where they're going. I saw Masada posted that on his Instagram account. It's a really big building.
Maybe they'll get more people there.
Maybe, but I was just pointing out it's a very big building.
Yeah, here we go. The Rastelli Complex at 1855 Herfville Road in Sewell, New Jersey. And their first event there will be the Wolf of Wrestling on October 14th from that venue.
And Icons of Wrestling is coming in November to ECW Arena, 2200 Arena.
What's the date on that?
And the 18th, November 18th.
I'm sure we have some sort of booking. I know you're already thinking, maybe. I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure we only have one thing that month. It would be Turkey Slam.
For now.
Well, no, we would have Turkey Slam because that's our biggest show of the year. We only have one.
Didn't Dan just change things recently?
Yeah, but that was for October with Ring of Honor coming.
Oh wait, maybe that was November 4th that I'm thinking of. I don't know. I'll have to look it up and readjust my proverbial calendar. But I think in either case, the 18th is free. So we'll see. Time will tell.
Lots of ECW guys coming. Al Snow, Team 3D.
Both of Team 3D?
Yes.
Really?
FBI and Matt Tremont so far. On 911 too.
Yeah, there's a lot definitely going on. Yeah, I'm looking here at the...
Be good to catch up with Tremont if we get to see him.
Yeah, so far I'm looking here at the Collector Fest site. They've got Team 3D, the New Age Outlaws, Terry Runnels, Al Snow, and the FBI, Guido and Smothers.
Ooh. Wait, what? Tracy Smothers?
Yes, Tracy
We have to go. If there's no, we have to go there if that's the case. I need to meet Tracy Smothers. I don't care what kind of backlash I'll get. I need to meet Tracy Smothers.
I can't with you.
You don't understand the stories that Bill Wiles
I understand.
The stories that Bill Wiles has told me. I need to meet Tracy Smothers.
Well, we'll have to see if we can... I was going to say, how many of those stories can Bill Wiles actually share on the air? That's the other question. Yeah, no, most of them.
He can share them, just have to clean it up.
Yeah.
The stories not involving Tracy Smothers, on the other hand. Yeah.
Well, those stories aren't going to see the light of day for good reason.
Ever.
Again.
Hold my watch! That's Tracy Smothers.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
All right. Thank you for the look at the local scene, Ed from Northeast Philly.
Comedy.
And yes, you never know where things are going to get. Yeah. I need to dig up. I forget which show it was where you'd referred to him as a stupid idiot. I'll have to pull that back up. I was sifting through, but I was trying to get things caught up and uploaded. But yeah, we'll see. I still have to get last week's up and this week's up as well. Maybe that'll be later tonight. after some other
Have a nice
occupational
weekend.
obligations of my own. Yes, you have a good weekend as well. Thank you so much, Ed. And, oh, man. What else do we got to get into with this crazy thing that we call a show here?
Have we talked about the other thing with GFW?
We have not. That's right. We kind of got off of we went off a German tangent. That's right, and that's how he came to save us here. But the timing of all those positive announcements for GFW, a little interesting. Very interesting, as
Indeed.
Artie Johnson said so greatly on Laugh-In. Considering that earlier in the week, GFW announced that effective immediately, Jeff Jarrett is taking an indefinite leave of absence from his position as Chief Creative Officer to focus on personal matters.
Uh-oh.
And it says that Jeff will be available on a consultative basis as needed. Bump, ba-bump, bump.
Bum.
And then, of course, there was the Sports Illustrated story, which notes that GFW is, quote, hemorrhaging funds. And sources close to the situation have confirmed that Anthem is ready to withdraw itself from the wrestling industry and sell GFW, end quote. And that, an additional quote, Anthem even needed to gut the Fight Network in order to finance GFW. Oof.
What does that mean?
Meaning that the money that they were, getting in or pouring into the Fight Network, they basically kind of cut funding on that. I don't know if it's to the point of like the recycled Three Stooges films of the 50s, but pretty close to that. Okay, yeah, there I go with an old dated reference.
No, I just haven't. I get a lot of those references. I just didn't. Crap. You'll have to explain that.
Yeah.
One.
Well, the quickie on that is a lot of the films from the 50s, they used old footage from the 40s and spliced them in to save costs and make new films at using bits and pieces of the old films.
Wow.
To make a new but with some recycled footage.
Wow.
Yeah, tell you more about that later.
No,
but
I think that's everything else I've got the gist of. You've told me about multiple times.
Yeah, but that being said, the Justin Barrasso story from Sports Illustrated or SI.com also states that WWE tops the list of potential suitors as the tape library is extremely valuable. I know we've brushed on that before. I mean, considering the WWE stars who previously worked at TNA, I mean, you've got AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, Kurt Angle, among others.
Jeff Hardy.
I was getting to that. The video package editors would certainly have their work cut out for them with that influx. And I was going to say, a lot of WWE fans, I'm sure, are excited at the prospect of that. Yeah, that's clean. Also, WWE, and this is the point I was getting to, would own, if they bought out, they would own the intellectual property of the Broken Universe. Yes. Meaning we could see Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero on full display in the WWE Universe.
That would be delightful! Brother Hardy.
That definitely peaked. Okay. Alrighty. Also, we'll get that onto the other side here. We'll get that at the beginning. Gonna say we're quickly heading on to our second time out here, and still a lot more to do, including today in wrestling history on the other side, birthdays, and there are a few fun ones there, and a lot more that we've teased but still need to get into. But first, Halloweekends are coming to the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. Come scare up some fun and great memories alongside the selection of brews with special themed weekends in October. Children of the Grain, October 6th to the 8th. Pumpkin Vasion, October 13th to the 15th. The Freak Show, October 20th to the 22nd. And finally, Drink or Treat, October 27th to the 29th. Meanwhile, you can enjoy some great brews on tap now, including Old Toby, the Belgian pale ale brewed with basil. The Hefner, a German-style wheat beer, or Hefeweizen, as Lucas so eloquently pointed out earlier. That's a callback. Deep Impact Double IPA, or the recently added Belgian double called Fools and Kings. Just a few reasons why it's always a good time at the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. Broken Goblet Brewing, the semi-official brewery of Pro Wrestling Weekly. Please enjoy responsibly. Coming back, we've got more news, notes, birthdays, today in wrestling history, hilarity, hijinks, and who the hell knows what else. Alongside Lucas DeSanger, I'm Fearon Derry. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Tony's Place at 1297 Greeley Avenue in Ivyland is the perfect blend of your neighborhood eatery with gourmet food options. Tony's Place in Ivyland is the best place to go watch a sporting event with the guys or have a romantic evening out in their spacious dining room or beautiful outdoor patio. Tony's Place is the picture-perfect venue for luncheons, graduations, special occasions, and much more. With their award-winning menu, affordable drinks, and weekly live entertainment, Tony's Place in Ivyland has you coming back for more after each visit. For more information, visit Tony'sPlaceIvyland.com or call 215-675-7275. Tony's Place at 1297 Greeley Avenue in Ivyland, your neighborhood eatery.
Join Rebecca's Forecast Tuesday at 10 a.m. She'll take your calls, questions, and fill you in on what's happening for your personal sun sign. Join Rebecca's Forecast once again every Tuesday at 10 a.m. right here on 1490 WBCB.
Thousands of families affected by disasters, like the recent hurricane, urgently need support. You can help the American Red Cross provide warm meals, shelter, and hope to families when they need it most. Please donate today to Red Cross Disaster Relief to help people affected by disasters, big and small. Go to redcross.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS today. Your support is critical. We can't do it without you.
Join me, Dan Baker, and former Philly slugger Greg Luzinski for the Independence Blue Cross Bull Session, presented by Gage Fiore. Attorneys at FightForYou.com every Monday, 6 to 7 p.m., right here on 1490 WBCB and 610 Sports.
Philly never stops moving. We're punching the clock, we're burning the midnight oil. We're morning people and late night legends. Our time is everything. That's why we take SEPTA. It's more than a ride. It's 5 or 10 or 30 minutes of me time. Time to text mom, crush a crossword, catch the zombie finale, or nap like a boss. All while we're getting into town, out of town, and all around town. SEPTA is our freedom. SEPTA is our Philly. SEPTA is how we roll. Visit iSEPTAPhilly.com to roll with us.
Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, September 9. On this date in 1996, WCW Monday Nitro aired live from Columbus, Georgia. In the main event, John Tenta defeated Randy Savage by countout. On this date in 2002, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Ames, Iowa. In the main event, Rob Van Dam defeated Chris Jericho, Jeff Hardy, and The Big Show in a four-way elimination match. On this date in 2007, TNA held its No Surrender pay-per-view. In the main event, Kurt Angle defeated Abyss by submission to retain the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. On this date in 2012, TNA held its No Surrender pay-per-view. In the main event, Jeff Hardy defeated Bully Ray in the finals of the Bound for Glory series. On this date in 2013, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. In the main event, Daniel Bryan pinned Dean Ambrose. This has been Today in Wrestling History, September 9. Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com alongside Lucas Twitch DeSangro. I'm Fearon Derry, and I mentioned this last week when you weren't here, and maybe the week before when you probably weren't paying attention, but...
Do tell.
Yes. Did you know that this is my 400th episode as host of this fine program?
Wow. I did not know that, but holy crap, congratulations.
Yeah, where has the time gone? It's
gone into being the number one wrestling talk show in the history of terrestrial radio.
Something like that. Close enough. The longest running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio.
Well, if we're not number one, I don't know who is.
I don't know either, but you know what? Yeah, I was about to segue into some other sort of number one, but that's a visual joke that needn't be said.
I think I can get what you're saying.
Yeah, I think you can pick up what I'm putting down there. And here's something else to put down.
Stand back! There's a hurricane coming through.
That's right. The Hurricane Gregory Helms will be appearing at George's Cars and Collectibles in Chamonix Mall location on Saturday, October 14th from 1 until 3 p.m.
What's up with that?
Well, it means we can do the show here and then make our way over right afterward.
Yeah.
Unless we have obligations that day, which I think I'll have to look at the schedule again. I don't know. I barely know September, let alone what's going on in October, November, etc. And George's has 2 locations for all of your cards and collectibles needs, including their original store at 7755 New Falls Road in Levittown, as well as in the Chamonix Mall at the Movie Theater Wing. For more information, go to georgescollectibles.com and follow George's Cards and Collectibles on Facebook. Now let's get back into some news here and other things. In a follow-up from last week, WWE has announced that Corey Graves will replace JBL on the SmackDown Live broadcast team.
Damn, he's pulling double duty.
You are right about that. With JBL announcing his departure from the broadcast team last Friday, he had added that he will maintain his relationship with the company. Graves now working both Raw and SmackDown as a color commentator, and meanwhile, Nigel McGuinness will take over on 205 Live and WWE Main Event.
Ooh.
That sounds like a win all around.
Yes, it does.
It most certainly does. Also, Ric Flair announcing yesterday that he has new representation, as he is represented by the Get Engaged media agency out of Atlanta, which followed a social media announcement on Thursday that he ended his run with Legacy Talent and Entertainment, saying, "As of Wednesday, September 6, 2017, I have parted ways with Melinda Morris Zanoni and Legacy Talent Entertainment, LLC. I'm looking forward to the new beginning and the great opportunities that await me," end quote. Legacy has yet to remove images of Flair from their website as of now. Neither Flair nor his former representative Melinda Morris Zanoni have offered any explanation for the change. I don't know, maybe I can reach out. I think I still have her number from a while ago. Flair wrote it on the back of one of my business cards.
Perhaps.
We'll see.
Indeed.
Also, I know we've been talking a lot of hurricane news here. It always seems to pop up with I, too. I remember a few years ago I remember playing the bit of when Hurricane Irene was rolling through here. And that was a thing, because I remember playing the clip of Vince McMahon saying, "Good night, Irene," referring to the finisher of, oh goodness, why am I drawing a blank? Adorable Adrian Adonis.
Ah.
Yeah, how's that for a throwback?
Quite a throwback.
Quite a throwback. But Hurricane Irma, they've affected...
You might have torn a rotator. You might have had a tear in your rotator cuff for that sort of a throwback.
Why not? It seems like I've injured damn near everything else at this point.
Jesus, that's not what I meant.
But yes, Hurricane Irma has affected NXT as they've announced the postponement of 4 Florida events due to the incoming storm, including the event scheduled last night in Daytona Beach, the one tonight in Crystal River, this Thursday in Lakeland, and this Friday in Dade City. They've already announced the Dade City event has been pushed back to Thursday, October 5th, and that tickets purchased for the previous date will be honored. Nothing has been mentioned as of yet regarding the scheduled NXT taping at Full Sail University for this coming Wednesday. And WWE issued a press release on Thursday to announce a new multi-year agreement to televise a weekly 1-hour edition of Monday Night Raw broadcast in French to Canada via TVA Sports starting Wednesday, October 18th at 10 p.m. The TVA Sports Director of Programming, Veronique Dubois, said, quote, "We're delighted to meet the demand for WWE by offering in-ring programming every week on TVA Sports Quebec, has produced..." Let me try that again. See, I'm pulling a U here. Usually you do these things. That's what I get for forgetting the period when I typed here. By offering in-ring programming every week on TVA. Sports Quebec has produced its share of great WWE superstars over the years, and we hope that a new generation of superstars will follow in the footsteps of Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and the Rougeau brothers, among others.
That's a very, I guess 100 to 0 sort of. Well, not 100 to 0, but in terms of, wow. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Rougeaus.
Well, the Rougeau family is very, I mean, they are to Quebec and Montreal what the Harts are to Alberta. They are what the Guerreros are to Texas and Mexico. Like, there's that kind of history up there.
Oh, okay.
Hoser. I know these things. I'm part Canadian, you know.
I believe you. I'm not doubting you.
Just in case you didn't know, now you know. Alrighty.
Yeah.
This you'll find interesting. Former WWE diva and TNA knockout Christy Hemme had a rather unorthodox video announcement yesterday explaining her absence over the past few months.
From what?
Okay, if you're standing up, you might want to sit down because I got some big news and it's a little crazy. So, I am pregnant. Yay! Been trying for a long time. Very, very excited. But I am not just pregnant with one baby. And I'm not pregnant with 2 babies. No. Or 3 babies. No. I am pregnant with quadruplets. 4 babies. Oh my gosh. I am so excited, you guys. I am like beyond excited. I am also scared and petrified and every emotion in the book. It's a lot. So this is a very high-risk pregnancy. That is why most of my pregnancy will be spent here in bed or in the hospital. Yay. For someone with a lot of energy, that's going to be hard to pin me down, but I will do it for the babies.
That's right, 4 of them, and she is 15 weeks along, so it looks like the rough due date would be sometime in the spring of 2018, and certainly should make for an interesting one.
What was she absent from?
Well, making appearances and things of that nature.
Oh.
She's been kind of out of the limelight because she got the news and the doctors have kind of ordered her on bed rest and things of that nature. She actually posted that video on YouTube yesterday from her bed.
Holy crap, 4 babies.
Yeah, that's...
It's a lot of babies.
It most certainly is. Also, a WWE Women's Wrestler officially announced on Wednesday as part of the new cast for the 25th edition of Dancing with the Stars. No, I'm not calling it Seasons, because it's only been around for like a decade.
Yeah, I was going to say, and yeah, that they're doing 2...
2 per year, so I'm just saying, yeah.
That's not a season. That's
why I'm saying 25th edition. Nikki Bella announced as part of the cast, competing against Shark Tank investor Barbara Corcoran, former teen pop sensation Debbie Gibson. Yeah, no, that was before your time. I was a Ute when she, yeah, anyway. Also, 5-time NBA champion Derek Fisher, formerly from the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, Fish.
Drew Scott from the HGTV series Property Brothers.
Oh, one of those creepy brothers?
Careful now.
Hey, look, I'm sorry, but they both resemble the Hardley Boys from South Park. To me, at least.
Can't say I've seen, so I'll have to do a side by side.
John from Northeast Philly would know who I'm talking.
Yeah, more than likely, and he's probably posting on it now if he hasn't already. Also, actor Frankie Muniz from Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, Frankie, why?
Because Malcolm in the Middle was a long time ago.
Yeah, no, I know that, but he's in a rock band. He's supposed to be cool. Why are you doing this?
Because he made sure he took the money.
Teddy!
Young singer Jordan Fisher with the hit single All About Us. Yeah, I don't know what these hip kids are into these days. Also, acclaimed violinist Lindsey Sterling. As well as recording artist Nick Lachey, formerly from 98 Degrees.
Oh.
And his wife, Vanessa Lachey, former co-host of MTV's Total Request Live. So, yeah, husband and wife battling it out. Also, actress Sasha Peters from Pretty Little Liars.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a little lost on that one.
That show ended a couple of years ago. How?
Paralympic gold medal winning swimmer Victoria Arlen, and finally former NFL wide receiver Terrell Owens. Yes, T.O. is going to be Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, God. Why are they're...
Hey, it could be worse. It could be Adam Pac-Man Jones.
Oh.
Former TNA Tag Team Champion.
What? Oh, wow. They didn't cover that in OSW yet.
No, although I was going to say that actually that winning of the title occurred on this date as well from that No Surrender pay-per-view, the same one where Kurt Angle retained the TNA World Heavyweight title by beating Abyss. Angle wrestled 3 times that night, defending all 3 titles that he held at the time. Earlier in the night, he unsuccessfully defended the tag titles, teaming with Sting, falling to Team Pac-Man of Ron Killings and Adam Pac-Man Jones.
Oh, Ron.
And then losing the X Division title to Jay Lethal before beating Abyss to retain.
Huh.
So how about that for I was going to say, I got a few callbacks, because speaking of that, since you made reference to him a moment ago, pro wrestling's Brett Favre is doing it again. That's right, Terry Funk is coming out of retirement once again to compete as part of Big Time Wrestling's upcoming shows on September 22nd.
That he's Brett Favre is a little... Because at least Brett Favre stopped at like 3. If anything, Brett Favre is the Terry Funk of the NFL.
Okay, yeah, there have been a lot of... I mean, well, on the same token, yeah, I guess Brett Favre isn't going to be playing football at 73. At least I certainly hope not. That's the case. Terry Bradshaw, strap him up.
I was gonna say, unless he really should need.
No,
to
he doesn't
take
need the money. He's got those Wrangler jeans commercials. He's
he's got that Wrangler money, baby.
Because I can. There we go. All right, I was gonna say we only have a couple of minutes left. I got to get through the rest here. But Terry Funk taking on longtime nemesis Jerry Lawler at both events in Raleigh, North Carolina, and Spartanburg, South Carolina. Oh man.
Oh. I have to see these matches, but I don't know if I want to pay to see them.
Also, good news for someone I've got the chance to work with briefly. WWE announcing the signing of Donovan Dijak on Tuesday.
Woo!
To NXT. Yeah. Dijak winning the Ring of Honor Top Prospect Tournament back in 2015 and also worked a few events down at the MFPW with me there. And something for the gamers out there. That's right, IGN releasing the 4th and final WWE roster reveal for the 2K18 game set to be released next month. All told, there's 172 wrestlers on the roster, which if you include the different incarnations, it adds up to 194 with some of the different versions of same wrestlers. The deluxe edition will be released October 13th, the regular edition available October 17th for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And they've also announced a version for the Nintendo Switch with a later release date. And I was like, well, what's the deluxe version of it? It apparently has exclusive wrestlers Rob Van Dam, Batista, and 2 additional retro versions of John Cena, one from ECW One Night Stand 2006, and the other from WrestleMania 26 from 2010. And just looking time. Yeah, all right. Well, the MFPW is next week, next Saturday the 16th. We'll talk more about that next week. But now we've got just enough time for...
birthdays!
Peaking again. All right, 3 on the birthday side and 2 Brucey bonuses, one of which you'll definitely appreciate more than the other. On this date in 1967, Mark Schrader was born. The popular light heavyweight on the Mid-Atlantic and East Coast independent circuit, who also wrestled occasionally on the WWE program Shotgun Saturday Night, turns 50 today. He worked a little bit with ECWA and a couple of other promotions. Also on this date in 1974, Jun Kasai was born. The Japanese professional deathmatch wrestler who also competed locally with Combat Zone Wrestling, also known as the Crazy Monkey, turns 43 today. Yeah, I was gonna say you don't know death matches.
I know a few wrestlers who are in death matches in Japan, like Onita, but that's the only one I know of.
Well, he worked with a lot of the CZW guys here, Trent Acid and Zandig, and a few of those guys from back then. And on this date in 1993, Sarah Bridges was born. The NXT developmental wrestler and recent Mae Young Classic competitor known as Sarah Logan and on the independent circuit as Crazy Mary Dobson turns 24 today. A lot of craziness today. What a crazy show. And to the Brucey bonuses. Things outside of the world of wrestling. On this date in 1960, Hugh John Mungo Grant was born. The Golden Globe winning actor from such films as 4 Weddings and a Funeral, 9 Months, Mickey Blue Eyes, and Notting Hill, among many others, turns 57 today.
Love Actually was really good with him in it. And Mungo?
That's one of the middle names. Yeah. And on this date in
Is that a family name?
I guess. I don't know.
Sorry, we're running out of time.
No, you're fine. On this date in 1966, because I know you'll have a lot to say about this, Adam Richard Sandler was born.
Ooh.
The actor, comedian, producer, and musician known as a cast member on Saturday Night Live and roles in comedic movies like Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, The Water Boy, and The Wedding Singer turns 51 today.
Holy crap, happy birthday, Adam Sandler.
Yeah. And, of course, the originator of the Hanukkah song as well.
Yes.
Which... Well, we're not quite at that yet, but the calendars are turning. It seems like almost too quickly here. But, yeah, that's going to just about do it for us. Episode 400 in the books, on the shelf, out of sight. We'll be back next week with more hilarity stuff, hijinks, and otherwise. Until then, play us out, Nutsy.
1 o'clock and all's well.
This is your station for Phillies baseball and Eagles football on 1490 WB.